my beautiful butterflies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Beverley and it is lovely to see you today. In this video we're going to be trying out making the Simple Sew bardot dress. So grab that cup of tea, let's get to it. Guys, it's time for a new project and I'm hopeful this time. I'm hopeful it's going to be wearable, and I'm hopeful that I'm going to finish it and it's going to be something that, you know, I can wear in future projects. That's where we are. I'm hopeful of it. So I don't want any of you worrying. We're going to keep cracking on until we make a dress. And I thought this might be the one. So this is the Bardot dress by Simple Sew. I got this from a charity shop for 50p. But I just love this dress. I think it just looks so pretty and I'm excited to make this version. I'm making the short sleeve version because although long sleeves are nice, I always think I can always put a cardigan on and make it a winter dress. But if you're making a dress with long sleeves, then you can't wear it in the summer. So it's, I don't know. Anyway, making the short sleeve version. Really excited to try this out because it does say beginner level and none of the others that I've tried to make have been beginner level. They've been actually quite difficult and I have needed help from my mom and from my best friend Louise. I will leave a link to Louise's website down below. She's an incredible sewer, seamstress, person who sews. I never know the word, but anyway, she's amazing and she helped me out with the last dress that I tried last month that literally fell apart because the material just was so frayed and I was putting in a lot of work. We'll try that again in a couple of months with some better fabric, but we're trying out the Bardot dress. I have decided to make this from an old bed sheet. So this was my mum's double bed sheet and it is beautiful, like light green with these like daisies all over it. It's so pretty. And then the opposite side is like a light green gingham. And so what I love about this is they're the same colours. If you can find bed sheets that have a different pattern in the same colouring, you can pair them up. So I'm thinking, I'm going to get fancy with it because I have to make it difficult. I'm thinking of doing the main like body of the dress in the gingham and then the skirt and the sleeves in the flowers. So I think that's going to be really, really pretty. And then I have a zip in like a pale colour and then a pale green thread. So when you put them together, I think they go together really well. So yeah, I think I got a good thread and zip match. So I think the zip and the thread together came to about £5 thereabouts. The bedding was free and the pattern was 50p. So all in all, thank you Patreons, because last month your money paid for this project. So that's amazing. So don't forget, if you are interested in supporting me here on the channel and you enjoy my content, you can check out my Ko-fi and my Patreon for just £2 a month. You can help me carry on learning to sew and buying things that are going to help me create amazing content here on the channel. So if you're interested in that, no pressure at all. And don't forget, if you're new here, you can click the subscribe button to become part of the butterfly family. We would absolutely love to have you here, so I hope you'll stick around. Don't forget to leave me a cheeky little like and a comment. But let's get back to it, shall we? Let's start off with arguably the worst job, cutting out. everyone, happy Friday. I'm here with my machine. I managed to thread it on myself first go. I'm very proud of myself, so a little round of applause and pat on the back for me. Today we are starting this project. It's kind of a vintagey look to it. I really like this company. They're called Simple Sew. I'll have links to everything down below, but today we're going to be attempting some things. So let me turn you around and have a look at the plan. So today we are going to be doing the darts on the front and the back pieces. And then for the first time ever, I'm doing pleats. I'm very nervous, but also excited about this. The only thing that I'm really nervous about is that when you see the finished dress, they line up. They have to line up with each other to give the look of the dress. So I'm really nervous, but I'm also excited to try doing this. Then we stitch it in place, and then I'm going to stitch the sleeve to the front of the bodice, and that's as far as I'm getting today. So 1, 2, 3, 4 steps we're going to do today, and then tomorrow we're going to get on with the rest. This pattern does have like pleats and darts and a zip, and usually I'd feel really overwhelmed, but there is only 11 steps to the whole dress, so I'm really hopeful that I can get it done in a few days, and I don't feel overwhelmed with like 27-28 steps. So this being actually beginner level, this is the first dress that said beginner and has felt like a beginner pattern, so thank you Simple Sew. They didn't send it to me, I got it from a charity shop. But I am really excited to try out this dress. I'm doing it with the cap sleeves because it's spring. So we're just going to give it a whirl. I'm going to set up my darts, and I'm going to try ironing the dart before I sew it and after I sew it today. That's a little thing that I'm going to try, see if I can get them a little bit more crisp. But yeah, so let's just get to it, shall we? Let's not let the anxiety build. Let's just leap in, shall we?
What time did you get here today? Clark, the important thing is that I'm here. Swear and things like that. Thank you. It's helpful to get paid. Learn more about PayPal for business.
So darts are done on the bodice, and now we're doing pleats. And I've never done pleats before. And these pleats like pleat into each other. See, they don't like go across recurring. They go towards each other, and there's just 2 at the front and 2 at the back, and I've ironed this into place, so now I just need to sew across the top to keep it in place, and do that for the 2 back panels and the 2 front panels. I don't know that I'm going to film myself actually doing this because it's a bit nerve-wracking, but I'm sure you'll forgive me for that. So I got them done and they do look good, but that really boggled my brain, like pleats that go into each other instead of just carrying on in one direction. I've never ever seen anybody do pleats like this, so I had to really try and wrap my head around it, but let me show you what I've done. So there we go, 2 pleats. So you just kind of fold them into the middle, then back on themselves, and then iron down, and then sew across the top of each bit. So I've done that on the front skirt and on the back of the skirt, so I'm really pleased with myself. Let's look at the old cheat sheet here. So I've done the darts, I've done the pleats front and back, so I'm here. I'm on step 3. I think tomorrow I'm going to do the next couple of steps, which is the putting the arms on. It's a really weird way of doing things. So you add the arm front and the arm back onto the front and the back. Then without sewing up the sides, which is what you would normally do, is the sides and the top would be sewn together. You don't do that with this. So then you just sew the front of the skirt and the back of the skirt and then you sew them together. So I'm hoping to do the top and here tomorrow. Yeah, I was going to start the sleeves today, but honestly I'm a bit tired, so I think instead of possibly causing a flare of pain or whatever, I'm just going to chill. But yeah, feeling pretty good. Let me know down below if you've tried making this dress, or if you're going to try and make this dress. It is very much a beginner friendly dress, and I'm more or less doing it on my own, not asking my mom too much, which makes me feel pretty good about myself. I feel more confident. Like I managed to thread my machine by myself, and I managed to do the darts by myself. So I'm starting to feel like I'm getting used to the process of sewing, and the basics are starting to really gel into my brain, which is really good. The dogs have just had their dinner. I think I'm going to do our dinner in a minute and just chill for the evening. So I will see you tomorrow. Hello everyone, welcome back. We're back at the sewing machine. It is a new day. It's Saturday today, and I've got a good plan in my head of what I'm going to do. I'm trying not to do too much each day because I don't want to get overly...
I'm going to drive to the co-op, get some biscuits.
So I've got a little bit of a plan for what I'm going to be doing for the day. I try not to do too much in one go, just because of my pain and my chronic fatigue. Both things I've talked about a lot here on the channel and on my blog. So I'll leave a link to that playlist if you would like to learn more. But let's have a look at today's plans. So yesterday we did the pleats and the darts, and I felt really pleased with myself. Today we are attaching the arm to the front of the top, which hasn't been sewn up yet. So it's just the front piece like this, and the arm being connected to one another, and then they are being attached to the back piece, which will look like this on each side. And then we are going to attach the front of the skirt and the back of the skirt to each other. I'm a bit worried about the darts and the pleats matching up, because if you look on the completed dress, it does like flow out of each other and looks really nice. But I'm sure, you know, I'm sure it'll all work out. So that's what we're going to do today, and then tomorrow we will sew up along the sleeve and down the sides of the dress and add the zip. I think that's a manageable amount. So really just add the two sleeves and sew the top of the dress to the bottom of the dress. But because none of the skirts or the tops are attached to one another, it's more than just, you know, normal. But I'm looking forward to it because it's just little bits of sewing. It's not like big massive amounts. We're not doing a whole section today, so they're just little seams. So I'm quite looking forward to that. We haven't done seams yet today on this project, so yeah, looking forward to it. Let's get to the sleeves, shall we? Hello everyone. The eagle-eyed among you might be able to tell it's the next day. I'm in my pyjamas, and yesterday, basically putting the sleeve on, I had a meltdown. I had the typical neurodivergent meltdown because I couldn't understand it. My mum couldn't understand it. We didn't understand the instructions, but we figured it out. So all I ended up doing was fastening the front of one sleeve. That's all I've done so far. So we're going to continue with the sleeves today. I'm hoping to get the top of the dress attached to the skirt, ready for zips and binding tomorrow. That's the plan. Let's get to it, shall we?
Tyler goes to see his mom and is horrified with the idea that he has been unjustly killing people, so he decides to put his hands to get it anymore. Lionel tells him, "You will always need me, son." Lex then presents a kidnapped Dominic in the trunk of his car.
So, that literally took about 2.5 hours just to add the sleeves. So I'd added one sleeve, but the other sleeve we just couldn't get it to. We were like trying to get the notches to fit. We were trying everything. We were trying everything. I cut out about 4 different versions of the one sleeve. It's now done. So if you can see here, there's the one sleeve, there's the other. This is the back. So this is where the zip will be. So the top is done. Finito. Well, apart from the binding, but we do that later. So if we come back I've only done up to step 5 in 2 days. It's just because, you know, my usable hours are not very high because of my chronic fatigue and pain, and then trying to figure them out. So tomorrow I'm going to be attaching the skirt pieces to the body and then sewing up all the sleeve. Now obviously I've done the short sleeve, so I won't have to go all the way down. It'll just be like a little doot and then down. And then I'll add the zip, which they've given a completely different way of doing a zip, so I'm looking forward to giving that a whirl. Do pause if you would like to see this way of doing zips. And then on Tuesday we'll be doing the neck binding, hemming, and then we're done. But yeah, it's been a nightmare, a journey, shall we say. This pattern, it's a beautiful dress. Like, when it's done, it's a really beautiful dress. Like, just look, it's really pretty. But the instructions, simple sewing patterns, your instructions are rubbish. This is a beginner pattern and there is no information in here. I think if the instructions were clearer, I would have more of an idea of how to do this. But tomorrow, I know where I am. Tomorrow, we're doing zips. We're fastening the top to the bottom. I've got to get this finished for Wednesday, because Wednesday I'm getting my tattoo done. But I'm getting that done. I'm booked in Wednesday. Wednesday, 10 o'clock in the morning for 4 hours. So I'm booked in. Like, there's nothing I can do about it. So I have to get this finished. I've got 2 days to stitch the whole dress together. Add binding around the neck and a zip. Hello everyone, happy day 3 of this sewing project. I'm enjoying it so far, but it's been a bit stressful. The instructions are not very clear, I will say that, but we talked about that yesterday, and we're going to just let the sleeves go. We're going to let it go, as Elsa said, and we're going to carry on with the project today. We've got lots to do today, so let's have a look. So we've done up to here. Today we need to attach the skirt to the back and to the front of the dress, and then we need to sew up the sides, each side, and then hopefully we can also get the zip in place. And I think it's going to be an easier way of doing the zips if we do it this way. But first of all, we've got to get going, and we need to pin the top of the dress to the bottom of the dress.
Rush. Aired May 7, 2002. Director James Marshall. I was 30 years old. Director James Marshall, I'm sure he worked a lot. Probably too much.
Yeah, he went on to be our showrunner, and many good things, and some many challenging things. I love the guy.
James was a good director, and I gotta say, we butted heads a lot, but we also laughed a lot. We also respected each other, and like, you know, for the most
I
part.
actually learned a lot from your and James' relationship. I saw you guys sort of butt heads, and then laugh. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
oh,
let it go.
Yeah.
We differ. We would say no, bullshit, and we were like, I remember we got in a real heated argument.
So, all the skirt pieces are now attached to the top. I'm really pleased with myself because all the darts kind of line up with the pleats really well, so I'm really proud of myself. I obviously did them right where they were supposed to be, which is the first time I've managed to be so accurate with my sewing, so I'm really proud of myself. And now I just need to sew down each side, so I've pinned it, so now we're just going to sew down each side of the dress to make it into a complete dress, and then we'll be doing the zip.
You know how to package it all, and you have to understand how you're going to make your days and spend the money properly. But so much of this is letting the cast and crew, but like as far as the cast is like, it's very overwhelming.
Rings to prep for an Easter egg for the kids' photo.
The episode. show, and he'd tell me, I'd say, wait, hold on. How's everyone's morning?
You would say, how are we? Janelle would say, how are we?
No.
What do you say?
I would say, how are we doing today? And then the whole crew would go, fair.
Oh, fair to horse shit.
Fair to horse shit. And one more. I'd walk in and I'd say, Bob. The crew would say, no. These are insides. I will eventually discuss them. But this is 20 years ago, and Glenn's still around.
I'm feeling really pleased with myself. Ignore this. My wrist. I have EDS. My wrist started hurting. But I'm really pleased with myself because my dress is together now. Like the top and the bottom is together. It looks like a dress. Let me turn you around and show you. So here's my dress. So the top and the bottom, it's all together. My seams have all been finished with my wiggly scissors, as I call them. So yeah, it's all together, and now all I need to do is add the zip. Yeah, the last zip I did took me 2 hours, so this looks like an easier method, but I'm still just slightly worried about it. So I might not record it, but I might like do one side off camera and one side on camera. We'll see how I go. But we're doing the zip next. Happy Tuesday, everyone, and today's the last day I can give to this project, and we've got so much to do. So yesterday we were gonna do, the zip, but the machine ate the fabric. That's not the fault of the machine itself. I love my Janome. I've called her Naomi, but it's just something that happens now and again. But today I'm going to be putting the zip in. I'm going to be following this way of doing it, and if I like it, I'm just going to always do my zips this way because it does seem a lot easier. So today I'm just going to concentrate on doing the bit that I need to do. So we're going to do the zip. But yeah, I'm just going to poodle on. I don't think I'm going to record myself sewing the zip. I know this is a sew along with me, but my anxiety is through the roof when it comes to zips. Zips and sleeves are my arch nemesises. I'm a bit like Spider-Man. I've got these arch nemesises that are always after me, and it's sleeves and zips. So I'm just going to do my best, and I will report back once it's done. I did it. I did a zip, and it wasn't horrific. I mean, it wasn't easy, but it wasn't horrific. So let me talk you through what I did. I know a lot of us struggle with zips. So basically, what I did was the one side, I think I started with the left back. I pinned it all the way down straight. Look how straight my zip is. So I pinned it. Then I did a loose stitch to hold it in place, and then removed the pins. And then I sewed down to where the zip ends. And then I did the same the other side. I think doing that extra step of sewing as well as pinning is the big game changer for me, but it came out really nice. It's very straight, so I'm really proud of myself. So down here, the next step now is to turn this inside out, and what I do, so you see the bottom here, you pinch those pieces, and from where your last stitch is, you just sew down, and that finishes it off. So you don't have to go across the bottom, you just pinch and go. So that's the next step, but I'm quite pleased with how it came out.
Till now, they have gone through a lot of things, so I'm just wondering what your thoughts were so far for season 1. Thank you.
You know, it's funny because aside from the bow tie scene, we don't get to see them together again, and it's really just up in the air. I think they both want to believe in each other. I think that's how it's left.
Yeah, I think there's definitely sort of ebbs and flows, and I think that right now it's like we're building this friendship. You can still see that Tom or Clark wants to believe in Lex. He believes in Lex. He's just telling everybody who doesn't believe in Lex that they're wrong. I know this guy. And like I said, it's the moment in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Did you ever see the Fast Times at Ridgemont High? There's a moment with a nerdy guy, a short nerdy guy, and a cool Italian guy, that guy, and he says to me, I forgot his name.
So this works so well. So the zip comes all the way down, and then you see here, because you've pinched it right at the end, you don't have a hole and you don't have to sew over it. And then you've done the back of the skirt. So I think I'm always going to do it that way. So now I'm just going to tidy up my seams and everything, but I'm quite proud of that. Yeah, second zip, it gets a yes from me. So I'm back from my lunch break. I had a lovely cheese and coleslaw sandwich, and this is actually looking like a dress now, which it just makes you feel so good when you look at something and go, I made that. Let's have a look. So here it is, a dress. But the next thing to do is finish off the neck, and this will be done with binding. I'm gonna iron this so it is folded in all the right places, and then we can get to pinning. So me and Mum have just been looking at this pattern. The binding that it asked me to, she's faffing in my box. I beg your pardon. But the binding just wasn't working. It's not wide enough. The pattern isn't very wide. It's very fiddly for me with my numb fingers. Like, I don't talk about this enough, but I can't feel my hands at all. So fiddly things are very hard for me to do. So I was really struggling with that. And then Mum had an idea. So instead of doing a binding around the neck, we're going to trim it down with the ziggity-zaggity scissors. What are they called?
Pinking shears.
Pinking shears! And then just turn it over a little bit, and let me show you this. This is some really nice lace that I bought off Etsy literally years and years ago. See how pretty that is? The idea is do a fold over and then just have a little bit of the hem showing, peeking out, and that'll just finish it off really nice. I think it's really nice stuff that I bought a ton of. Welcome back, although you weren't aware that we went anywhere, but it's been a couple of weeks. I got my tattoo done. She's looking good. But if you want to see that full video, it is up on my channel already. I'll leave a link to that down below. But we're back, and today I'm hoping to get my project finished. This dress is so pretty. So I can't remember where we were, but let me talk you through my plans for the day. So I attached some lace, it's very pretty, around the neck, and I just want to top stitch it so it's down like that, so you just see a little bit poking up around the top. I think that will look really pretty. And then when I hem around the bottom, I'm going to attach it so you'll see it just poking out around the bottom. And then I just need to hem the armholes, and we're done. Let's get to it, shall we?
It's getting windier.
You're right, Mum. Okay, so as you can see, I've top stitched down the collar. It looks really pretty. And then I also went ahead and just put a hem around the sleeves, so they're finished and ironed and everything, she says, as everything's all twisty. I do not like armholes, I will say that, but there we go. Quite pleased with how that's come out. So now what I want to do is the hem at the bottom, but I've got lots of the lace left, that I used around the top, so I thought that I would like do it so that it just poked out. So put that bit along the hem, and then it'll just poke out the little scallopy bits along the bottom, and it would weigh down the bottom as well. So I'm just going to get that pinned up, and then we'll do the last bit of sewing. I actually thought I was recording me sewing the hem, but I wasn't. But there, it's sewn. It's sewn in now, and it's come out really straight, and the lace, I think, looks really, really pretty. So it's time for the reveal. Eee! That's it. I finished the dress. It fits. I really like it. I really like the pattern. I like the way I mashed up the two patterns from the bedding sheets, and the added lace is a really pretty detail. I do think though that the neck is actually a lot bigger than it shows in the picture. I think it should go like that, but for some reason it's just very big on me. I'm not sure why that is, but you know, everyone's different shapes and sizes, and as I get better at sewing, I'll definitely get better at making things fit me and fit right on me. I'll get to know my dimensions better. But I think this is the first dress that I've finished that I'll be able to just wear straight off. I still need to finish the unicorn dress. I need to finish the sleeves on that, but for now I'm really pleased with this. Definitely recommend this pattern for beginners. It's a great beginner pattern, but the instructions are not great in it, so definitely have a look online if you can find instructions or tutorials. They do say in the booklet that they do have instructional videos. I couldn't find any, but if you can, definitely leave links down below for anybody else who wants to try making this dress. One thing I'm really, really proud of is my darts line up with my pleats. That's something that I was really, really worried about, and something I'm really proud of. Also, my hem is really straight, and I added lace. There's just lots of little details that I managed to do on this. I didn't add pockets. That is something that I definitely am looking forward to, being able to do pockets. Every girl loves a pocket. But yeah, I'm just really, really proud of myself. I'm buzzing a bit, actually, to be honest. I really am proud of myself. I don't know what I'm going to be making next month as yet, but a sewing vlog will be coming your way next month for definite. But right now, I'm just really looking forward to being able to wear this dress and getting everybody's reactions to the dress now it's finished. I definitely think it's a little bit baggy here, like could do with being taken in just a little bit. But I don't care. I'm just absolutely buzzing that I made this dress. I made it, start to finish, me. So I'm really, really proud of myself. Let me know down below what you thought. Leave me a cheeky like and a comment. Let's get talking about this dress. Have you tried this pattern? Will you be trying this pattern? Let me know all the things down below. I always love talking to you. Don't forget as well to subscribe if you enjoy my content. Ring that little bell so you always know when I upload. I'm usually here on Fridays now. And I hope you have a fabulous, wonderful, magical week. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.